Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today, and today the Houston Cougars football team beat UCF 30-27. Decent double-digit comeback win for the Cougs. Actually, no, not a decent. I mean, like, they were down double digits multiple times in this game. UCF came, into this game up 10-0. And, almost going into halftime, they were up 24-14. Cougs scored a late field goal. Sanchez made a 40-yard late field goal at the half that cut that lead down to 7 before the halftime. So they weren't down 10 at halftime, but they were down 10 at multiple stages of this football game and still win the game. And they're now 8-2. That is unbelievable what this team was last year, and 5-10 in Big 12 play. And I think they've got a decent shot of getting back in the top 25. When you've got a team like Memphis, who just lost, they're 22 and they just lost. They'll be out of the top 25 next week after that terrible loss that they just had. And then look at the matchup, the matchup with Missouri and Missouri and Oklahoma. Missouri and Texas A&M. Now in the playoff rankings, Missouri is 22, but in the top 25 rankings, Missouri is 19. And I would think if Texas A&M beats them badly, Missouri's going to be out of the top 25. So, and there could be some upsets. Some other teams in the 18 to 25 range could potentially lose outside of, if Missouri loses and Memphis losing. So, as of right now, there should be, I think, two teams out of the top 25. If Missouri takes a third loss, and they're at number 19, they lose to A&M, I think Missouri will be out of the top 25, and Memphis is going to be out of the top 25 with their loss. So there are going to be two new teams in the top 25. Then I think Houston definitely could be one of them getting back into the top 25, but this was a decent win. 30-27 is the final score, as I think I've already mentioned, but no Rulis with a 37-yard. I hope I said that right. That's UCF's field goal kicker. He made a 37-yard field goal to make it 3-0, and then Montgomery, their running back, with a 1-yard touchdown run. I think that's the running back. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. 10-0. I only watched the late part of this ball game. Connor Weigman then threw a 64-yard touchdown pass to Amari Thomas, 10-7. And then this was big, a pick six for Latravion McCutcheon, 45 yards. It made it 14-10. Jaden Nixon with a 15-yard touchdown run, 17-14. And then UCF had one of their own pick sixes, and that was Philip Dunham, a 43-yard interception return. Poor throw by Connor Weigman there, 24-14. And then Sanchez with a 40-yard field goal before half. I already mentioned that one. And then Connor Weigman with a 9-yard touchdown pass to Dean Connors, 24-24. No Rulis with a 54-yard field goal, 27-24. And then Ethan Sanchez made a couple field goals at the end of the game. One with 11 minutes left, tied the game up at 27 with 30 yards. And then 22-yard kick with 2.5 minutes left, 30-27. Then the 2-minute defense of Houston played really good football because, UCF, all they needed was a field goal to tie the game, a touchdown to win the game. And UCF had 0 points. Great 2-minute defense by Houston's defense. Connor Weigman had a total of a terrible game when it just comes to the interceptions for him today. 3 interceptions thrown for him, but 2 passing touchdowns, 20 for 31, 223 passing yards. Look, I think there was some poor play from him, but he also was really big in the rushing game, had 82 rushing yards, and so he had over 300 total yards, but he threw some poor throws. Like, one throw I saw was like, what is he doing? Like, it was 3rd down and 10, and they were inside. I want to say they were at the 11 or 12-yard line, and Weigman was just, in trouble and threw a prayer, and the wide receiver almost caught in the end zone for a touchdown for U of H, but Connor was lucky he didn't get picked off, and that would have been his 4th interception of the day. Really lucky there, but I don't think this was the best game. We've seen a lot of better games for Connor this year as he's played some good football, but this was just, I think, a great game by the defense. They had a defensive score today, which was really good for them. Wiped off the pick six that Connor threw himself. The defense stepped up. I mean, UCF had their offense did decent today against Houston's defense, which has been decent this year. and 2.5 minutes that they had to score, all you need is a field goal, and this is an overtime game, and they couldn't do that. So the Houston defense stepped up. So it's not just one Houston team. It's not just one Houston Cougars team that's good at defense. You've got Kelvin Sampson's Cougars that are really good defensively, and then you've got Willie Fritz's Cougars who are also really good defensively in what they did tonight. So, and we'll see what kind of weekend the Cougars can have. I mean, I think that, the Cougars basketball team should be getting an easy win tomorrow. They play like Towson, so I'm pretty sure that the Cougs, both Cougs teams will have a 2-0 weekend most likely, unless Towson pulls off the upset of the year. But yeah, great win. Amari Thomas had a great game as well today. 5 receptions, 103 receiving yards, and so I thought this was a really good win for the Cougs tonight. But they've got to fix some of the offensive issues of the interceptions. That's got to go away, and hopefully the Cougs are back in the top 25. I think there is a chance. I think Texas A&M has to beat down Missouri pretty good, and maybe one other team there in the range of 18 to 25 has to get an upset, because I don't really look at anybody else that's like that. I think I would say that is going to get upsetted, because I think Missouri loses to A&M. I think they're out. I think Memphis has already lost. They're out. So, and I don't know if there's anybody in that range of 17 to 25 outside of those two teams, Missouri and Memphis, that I see losing this week. But I hope I'm wrong, because that would give the Cougs a better chance of getting back into the top 25 this week. You guys give me your thoughts on the Cougs 30-27 win in the comments, and peace out.